second version of the study guide. I need to change these to improper fractions first, so I'm going this way. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is 28. So I got 28 over 5, plus 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12, 12 over 5. I don't need to do anything with the denominators because they're already the same, so I'm just going to add. I got 40 over 5, and when I divide 40 by 5, that comes out nice and even as 8. Let's go to the subtraction one, make them both end improper. 12 13 halves minus 16 23 eighths. I can't subtract them right now because they don't have the same denominator. I can change this 2 to an 8 instead of cross multiplying. So if I do 2 times 4 equals 8, means I'm going to do 13 times 4, which is 52. 52 minus 23 equals 29 over 8. And I'm going to divide. Goes 3 times for 24. 5 left over, so that would be 3 and 5/8. Let's go to the next line. Do my change them to improper. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19, over 4, plus 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8 thirds. This time I cannot change the 3 nicely into a 4, so I'm going to cross multiply to get my denominators the same. So 3 times 4 is 12, so I'm changing them both to 12ths. 19 times 3 is 57. 8 times 4 is 32. So I got 57 twelfths plus 32 twelfths equals 89 twelfths. And when I divide that one out, I should end up with 7 and 5 twelfths. Over here I got a subtraction. Change them to improper. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 2 is 37 over 5. Minus 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7 over 2. Again, there's not a nice way to change halves into fifths. So I'm going to cross multiply, and they're both going to tenths. 2 times 37 is 74. 7 times 5 is 35. When I subtract, I've got 39 over 10. And when you divide that out, I should get 3 and 9/10. Scroll up here a little bit. We have a subtraction one here. I feel like the easiest way to do this one is to draw 8 circles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to get rid of 6 and 3/7. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them gone. I need to cut this one into 7. And I know my 7 pieces are not going to be exactly equal. And then I'm getting rid of 3 of them. So what do I have left? I have this whole one, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 4/7 left. Let's go over here. I'm getting ready to multiply, change them to improper. So 4 becomes 4 over 1. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 3 is 38 over 5. Since I'm multiplying, it doesn't matter if the denominators are the same or not, because I'm going to do top times top over bottom times bottom. So 4 times 38, 120, 152, and 1 times 5 is 5. When I divide that out, I'm going to have 30 for 150. I got a 2 left, so 30 and 2/5. And just checking, that seems pretty close because 4 times 7 would be 28. Let's go to mix times mix. Change them both to improper. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So I got 7 thirds times 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7 halves. Top times top, 49. Bottom times bottom is 6. When I divide that one out, I'm going to end up with 8 and 1/6. So we can scroll up a little bit again. And here we go. I have a field here. I want the area of it and the perimeter of it. So area equals length times width. So I'm going to have 4.5 times 1 3/4. So I'm going to change them both to improper. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 9 halves times 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7/4. Top times top, because I don't need the denominators the same when I multiply. 63 over 8. When you divide that one out, it's going to be 7 and 7/8 square miles. For perimeter, I need to add all the sides. So I like to change them to improper fractions first. So 4.5, we already changed it over here to 9/2, which also means this side's going to be 9/2. 1 3/4 we changed a while ago to 7/4, which also means this side's 7/4. So I do 9/2 plus 9/2, that would be 18/2. 7/4 plus 7/4 would be 14/4. Now to add them, I need to get my denominator the same. I can change the 2 to a 4 easily by taking it times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, which means 18 times 2 is 36. 36/4 plus 14/4 equals 50/4. If you divide it out, you're going to end up with 12 2/4, which is the same as 12 1/2. Fred ran around the blue block 6 times. How much did he run in all? Okay, this shape, I'm going to go ahead and put all of my sides in there because we're running all the way around it. So if I went all the way around one time, would be 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. That would be 4/6. But Fred ran around it 6 times, so I'm going to take it times 6. Means I'm going to put my 1 underneath. Top times top, bottom times bottom. I got 24/6. If I divide that out, it just equals 4 miles. Let's go down to the bottom part. If they're both improper fractions like this, I can cross multiply very easily. So 3 times 4 is 12, 4 times 20 is 80, and 3 times 25 is 75. So 80/12 is bigger than 75/12. This one I'm going to change to an improper first. So I got 4 times 4 is 16 plus 3 is 19. So I got 19/4. Then we have 19/4 and 9/2. So I'm going to change them by making it cross multiply butterfly. So we got 4 times 2 is 8. Then we got 9 times 4 over here is 36. 2 times 19 is 38. 38/8 is bigger than 36/8. Over here, I'm going to change this one to improper. I like improper and improper because then I can always cross multiply. 28 29/4. Cross multiply, I got 8 and 8. 29 times 2 is 58. 13 times 4 is 52. 58/8 is much bigger than 52/8. And last one, again, I'm going to change to cross multiply. So I'm going to change this to improper. 36 39/4. Cross multiply, I got 8. 19 times 4 is 76, and 2 times 39 is 78. 78/8 is just a little bit bigger than 76/8.